This is from a letter from Friedrich Engels, written in 1874 regarding Blanquists. Blanquists were followers of Blanqui, who was a French proto-socialist theorist who supported propaganda of the deed. Our Blanquists share the Bakuninist's desire to represent the most far-reaching, most extreme trend. That, by the way, is why they often adopt the same means as the Bakuninists, though with opposite ends in view. The point is, therefore, to be more radical than everybody else as far as atheism is concerned. Fortunately, it is easy enough to be an atheist today. Atheism is so near to being self-obvious with the European working-class parties nowadays, though in certain countries it is often enough, like that of the Spanish Bakuninists, who maintained that it was against all socialism to believe in God, but that the Virgin Mary was a different matter. Every decent socialist ought naturally to believe in her. It can even be said of the German social democratic workers that atheism has already outlived itself with them. This purely negative word no longer has any application as far as they are concerned, inasmuch as their opposition to faith in God is no longer one of theory, but one of practice. They have purely and simply finished with God. They live and think in the world of reality and are therefore materialists. This seems to be the case in France, too. If nothing else, nothing would be simpler than to have the splendid French materialistic literature of the past century spread on a large scale among the workers. For in that literature, French thought made its greatest achievement both in form and in content, and considering the level of science at that time, it is still infinitely high today as far as content is concerned, and has not been equaled as to form. Note here. That cannot be to the liking of our Blanquists. In order to prove that they are the most radical of all, they abolish God by decree, as was done in 1793. Let the Commune free mankind forever from the ghost of past misery, God, from that cause, non-existing God, a cause of their present misery. There is no room for priests in the Commune. Every religious manifestation, every religious organization must be prohibited. And this demand that men should be changed into atheists par order to do mufti is signed by two members of the Commune who have really had opportunity enough to find out that first, a vast amount of things can be ordered on paper without necessarily being carried out, and second, that persecution is the best means of promoting undesirable convictions. This much is sure. The only service that can be rendered to God today is to declare atheism a compulsory article of faith and to outdo Bismarck's Kirchenkulturkampf laws by prohibiting religion generally. What Engels is saying here is very easily understood, that you can't ban religion by state fiat. And yet, in the Soviet Union, we have the state government banning religion by fiat, burning churches, executing priests, driving nails through nuns' eyes and such, which I get. I understand that the Russian Orthodox Church was corrupt as hell and was in league with the Tsar. I get it. But that doesn't mean that it's consistent with any kind of Marxist reading. It is consistent, as I've mentioned previously, with a Bakuninist understanding of revolution. It would be accurate to say that Bakunin predicted the Russian Revolution and not Marx, and more or less would have opposed it. He certainly would have opposed calling it communist and basing it on Marxist theory. This is just another nail in the coffin of Leninism and of much of the discourse on the internet today.